Catastrophic economic problems and a presidential election looms. Who better for us to ask about both than the one and only Donald Trump? Moments ago, Donald went on the record. Donald, I suppose we should start with the big news. You had a little house sale.
Well, I did. I sold a house for a lot of money in Palm Beach, Florida, but I'm not sure that I could have done it today. This was about a month ago, and the Russian stock market has crashed, and it happened to be a Russian that bought the house. So who knows what would have happened, but Palm Beach, it's certainly a great place, Greta.
All right, Donald, what happened? Why the market is in such upheaval? What caused this?
Well, you could say a lot of different things, and obviously greed, obviously dishonesty, obviously you'd have to add the fact that there was hubris. There was people really have enthusiasm for doing deals and wanting to do deals, and they went overboard, and that includes everybody, including middle-income people that want to buy a house that's beyond their means. So it really was everybody, and it's absolutely a mess, probably the worst since 1929, the Great Depression.
Have we seen the worst, or are you a little bit nervous that this could get grimmer?
Well, I think it could get worse, and then it'll get better. It always gets worse, and it always gets better. It never, ever changes. You know, if you look at a chart for the last 100 years, it goes up, it goes down. So you never know. Now, you'd like to be able to predict the bottom so you can go out there and buy whatever you have to buy, but that's awfully tough to do. It depends. It depends on the decisions the politicians are going to be making. And honestly, lately, I think they've done some pretty good things. I think it was important that they saved AIG, and I also think they made a great deal because they got 80% of a great company. They bought essentially 80% of a great company. But we'll see what happens with their new round of whatever they're doing today. Nobody really knows exactly what it is or what it means.
What do you make of Senator McCain saying that if he were president, he would fire Christopher Cox, who is head of the SEC?
Well, it's certainly a strong statement, and I guess he's saying that he wants tighter regulation, but a lot of people like Christopher Cox, and I think he's done a very good job. But certainly it was a very strong statement today by Senator McCain, who's a very talented guy.
You say he's a talented guy. You have now formally endorsed him. I know that last spring that you'd sort of stayed a little bit of it. You donated some money to Senator Clinton, but now have you gone on the record that Senator John McCain is your guy?
Well, I have, and I've known him for a long time, and I've known Hillary for a long time, but I don't have to make that choice any longer. I was amazed that she wasn't chosen as the vice presidential candidate. I think things might have been a lot different for Obama. Right now it's a very close race, and I even see some polls where McCain is leading. But I've known John McCain for a long time. He's a great guy, a great man. He's just a very strong guy, a very strong leader, and he's very, very smart.
Well, are you voting, or are you endorsing him because you've known him for a long time, or is it? I mean, tell me the difference between Senator Obama and Senator McCain in your eyes.
Well, I can tell you one of the differences is that Senator Obama wants to raise taxes beyond belief, and Senator McCain doesn't. And in a fragile economy like we're in right now, you cannot go around raising corporate taxes and lots of other taxes. You just can't do it. Then you really will see the Great Depression.
But when you talk about taxes, I mean, you're a rich guy, Donald. You just sold a house for an enormous amount of money. You've been an enormously, I mean, you're one of the richest guys. Senator Obama says he's not going to raise taxes on the people who aren't rich.
Well, you know what I find? I find when people say that, and yet they're raising the taxes on the rich, they end up raising the taxes on everybody. And ultimately, that's what would happen. Whereas John McCain is not going to be raising taxes and could even be lowering taxes. And frankly, that's the language I like to hear, because the economy is very weak, it's very fragile, and any talk of tax increases, it's over. It's going to be over. So I endorsed John McCain. I've known him for a long time. He's a brilliant guy, and I think he'll be a great president.
Why do you think Senator Obama did not pick Senator Clinton as his running mate? And that's not to take from, and I don't mean to take from Senator Biden.
Well, I don't want to take from Senator Biden either, because he's a good man and he's a good guy from what everyone tells me, although I don't know him. But, you know, he ran for office, and when he ran for office, he got very few votes. He got less than 1% of the vote. And Hillary Clinton ran for office, and she probably got more than 50% of the votes. So it's a little bit of a strange situation how she didn't get the nomination to start off with. But she ran, and she got at least 50% of the vote. So you would have certainly thought that he would have picked Hillary Clinton, and I think it would be a much different poll numbers. Right now, the polls are about even, and in some polls, I guess McCain is leading. I think if he chose Hillary Clinton, you might not have that. But
so
he decided not to do that.
Why not? What's your theory?
I guess he didn't get along with her. I guess he didn't like her. I guess he felt uncomfortable with her or Bill. And I can tell you, I know both of them, and they're fantastic people, and they've already proven to be good team players because she took a lot of abuse, in my opinion. I think she was pretty badly abused in that campaign.
What about Senator McCain's choice of Governor Palin? She has certainly lit two sides on fire. She's got her incredible supporters, people rallying around her, and she's got a lot of people coming out of the woodwork who are not her fans.
I think it was brilliant, and I think it's a great testament to him. I mean, he took a chance on somebody, and it's been amazing, the response. I don't think I've ever seen a response like this that people have to her. Some negative, but mostly positive. And she's amazing. She's just amazing. And she has totally united the Republican Party like I've never seen before. It was a brilliant choice, and I think she'll be fantastic.
One final question. Where will you watch the returns on election night?
Well, I'll probably be sitting right in my apartment in New York watching, because I know I've been invited by a lot of folks, including you, but there's something very beautiful about just sitting down watching those returns. It's going to be a very, very interesting election.
I guess I should ask one other question. Where will you be watching? What network?
Oh, I'll only be watching you.
Yeah, you're the best. Thank you.
There's no question. Is there even a question about that?
Well, I hope not, but I did have to push for that one a little bit.
That's okay.
It was a little rough trying to get that answer.
That's okay. No, Fox is terrific. All my friends, including Roger Ailes, there's nobody like him.
Thank you, Donald.
Have a good time.